NBA rumors. Warriors, Kings, Lakers, and Suns, big moves. Pacific Insights. Kuminga, Kings, LeBron, and Butler. The Golden State Warriors find themselves in a unique predicament as they remain the only team yet to make any roster changes since the onset of free agency. This situation is largely tied to the unresolved status of Jonathan Kuminga, as highlighted by salary cap expert Yossi Gozlan in his insightful column on 3rd Apron. Currently, it is believed that the Warriors have potential agreements lined up with notable players like Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton. However, these signings cannot be finalized until Kuminga's situation is clarified. If the Warriors decide to utilize their taxpayer mid-level exception, they will hit a hard cap at $207.8 million, which could open the door for another team to create cap space and extend an offer to Kuminga. Potentially around $30 million annually, an amount that Golden State would struggle to match. Gozlan suggests that a sign-and-trade arrangement would be the most beneficial outcome for both parties involved. However, if the Warriors choose to re-sign Kuminga, they will likely aim to keep his salary within the $22 to $23 million range. This strategy would enable them to utilize the taxpayer mid-level exception and still add 3 additional players on minimum contracts while staying under the hard cap. Additional updates from the Pacific Division. Rookie Nick Clifford has made a significant impression during the Summer League, indicating that he could contribute to the Kings immediately. According to Jason Anderson from the Sacramento Bee, Clifford earned a spot on the first team All-Summer League, showcasing his versatility to play both guard positions and small forward. Furthermore, teammates Isaac Jones and Devin Carter have also demonstrated readiness for expanded roles, while rookie center Maxime Reynaud enters training camp with a chance to secure the primary backup center position. As LeBron James approaches his 23rd season in the NBA, many are left wondering what lies ahead for the Lakers forward. In his latest Substack article, Mark Stein speculates that the 2025-26 season may mark James's final year with the Lakers, although he may not be done playing in the league altogether. Stein emphasizes that this is more of an instinctual assessment rather than concrete reporting. He also notes that James appears to have a genuine interest in the possibility of playing in Dallas, despite his family's deep roots in Los Angeles. Jared Butler has signed a new 1-year minimum salary contract with the Suns, which is classified as a non-guaranteed Exhibit 9 deal. However, it is important to note that this contract does not include Exhibit 10 language, as reported by Hoops Rumors. This detail suggests that Butler may not be playing for Phoenix's G League team unless he secures a position on the regular season roster. What do you think about the Warriors' current strategy regarding Kuminga? Is a sign and trade the best option, or should they prioritize re-signing him? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Warriors' $40 million offer to Jonathan Kuminga, trade rumors explained. NBA free agency 2024. The battle for Jonathan Kuminga's NBA future just got personal, and it could rewrite the Golden State Warriors roster in ways no one anticipated. Here's why this unfolding drama has fans and analysts split. The Warriors refuse to let Kuminga walk without a fight, even if it means gambling on a risky strategy. Hold on, that's exactly what makes this situation so tense. Here's the catch. While Kuminga's camp actively explores sign-and-trade deals, notably with Sacramento and Phoenix, Golden State insists on receiving a first-round draft pick in return, per NBA insider Mark Stein. But there's a snag. The Suns, one of the most aggressive suitors, cannot offer a first-round pick in any trade, leaving the Kings as the lone viable option. The Warriors, meanwhile, continue negotiating directly with Kuminga's side, though their best offers reportedly max out around a 2-year $40 million deal. But why such a divide? Let's break it down. 1. Kuminga's volatile season. The 22-year-old's 2024-25 campaign was a roller coaster of highs and lows. After averaging 15.3 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.2 assists over 47 games. https://basketballreference.com. Players: K. Kuminga, 01. A mid-January ankle injury sidelined him for nearly 2 months. Upon his return, he struggled to find consistent minutes, even earning DNPs, did not plays, in the final regular season game and 2 playoff matchups against Houston. That's a red flag, but it doesn't tell the whole story. Number 2, playoff redemption. Here's where the narrative flips. When injury struck stars like Stephen Curry and Andrew Wiggins in the second-round series against Minnesota, Kuminga seized his moment. Over 6 games, he exploded for 20.8 points, 3.0 rebounds, and 1.2 assists per contest, 27.4 minutes. Okay, but let's not forget, restricted free agency isn't just a numbers game. It's a negotiation chess match. The Warriors can match any offer Kuminga receives, which gives them leverage. But a sign and trade acts like a safety net, guaranteeing assets if Kuminga leaves. Golden State's demand for a first-round pick signals they're willing to hold firm unless a suitor meets their terms. A stance some argue is too rigid. And this is the part most people miss. A 2-year, $20 million year deal is a low-risk contract for a player of Kuminga's age and upside, but it might be a test of his confidence. If he accepts, it's a short-term commitment that sidesteps long-term financial risks. But if he rejects it, seeking a longer, more lucrative deal elsewhere, the Warriors risk losing him without compensation, a risk they're clearly unwilling to take. What happens next? The Kings, the only viable trade partner with draft capital, now hold the keys. Will they blink? Will Kuminga recommit to the Dubs? Or will Golden State blink, either sweetening their offer or reluctantly matching an above-market deal? This isn't just about basketball. It's about organizational trust, player loyalty, and the balance of power in modern NBA negotiations. Your turn. Should the Warriors hold their ground, or are they gambling with a player who could eventually shine elsewhere? Let the debate begin. Will the Warriors replace Jordan Poole? Jonathan Kuminga trade rumors, Dosunmu targets. The Warriors' struggle to find a spark off the bench might finally be reaching its boiling point, and the latest rumor could ignite big changes. Since shipping Jordan Poole to the Washington Wizards in 2023, Golden State has been searching for someone who can replicate Poole's unique scoring punch. For all the drama that swirled around his exit, Poole still put up over 20 points per game in his last season with the team, giving the Warriors a consistent offensive weapon when Stephen Curry rested. Was Poole always the most efficient shooter? Absolutely not. But he possessed a knack for scoring, and his contributions were vital in delivering the Warriors their 4th championship of the Curry era, and the 7th in team history. The truth is, Golden State hasn't had a bench player with his scoring firepower since then, and the void is obvious. But here's where it gets controversial. Could Jonathan Kuminga be involved in landing the next Jordan Poole? As of now, the Warriors are in a holding pattern with Kuminga, who is navigating the murky waters of restricted free agency. No one really knows how this complicated scenario will ultimately play out, but one outcome is generating real buzz, a potential sign and trade using Kuminga as the main asset to reel in Poole's replacement. According to Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, both Kuminga and the Warriors have been hoping that the Chicago Bulls would enter the fray as a trade partner this offseason. The proposed headline in such a deal? Dosunmu heading to the Bay Area. Dosunmu may not fill up the stat sheet quite like Poole. He topped out at 12.3 points per game last season compared to Poole's 20+. But he shot a strong 49.2% from the field. This is the part most people miss. Dosunmu isn't just a scorer. His reputation is built on his tough, two-way play and secondary playmaking skills. Assets that fit beautifully in Steve Kerr's guard-heavy rotations. Siegel points out that the Warriors haven't had a guard with this type of all-around game since Poole exited. Dosunmu also offers value as an expiring deal, as his 3-year, $21 million contract will come off the books after next season, giving the Warriors additional roster flexibility. But here's the hot-button question. Is Ayo Dosunmu truly the answer for Golden State? Or is this just another stopgap while the team delays a deeper rebuild? Some fans argue that losing Kuminga, a young player with upside, for a non-star guard isn't the bold move that will change this franchise's future. Others counter that right now, the Warriors need solid contributors who will fit the system, not another developmental project. What do you think? Would Kuminga for Dosunmu be a savvy shakeup, or just rearranging deck chairs? Sound off in the comments below, and let's hear your take on the Warriors' next big gamble.